Okay. So sprint review is more or less like a demo. So it happens the last day of your sprint, right? And we typically schedule 2 hours of it, but it doesn't really take us generally, depends on the functionality, right, that we're delivering. But in my experience, it takes us about an hour, at most hour and a half. And this is where we present to our teams what the project team has done from a development standpoint, right? Training and stuff, we're not going to show them like the whatever we've done. Excuse me. Sprint review is from a development, like the functionality that's been developed already, right? So it's a demo. We get feedback on implemented user stories, typically 2 hours. Focus here is inspect and adapt. And people that are at the demo are team members. We get feedback from the product owner and stakeholders. We agree on completed user stories, update the product backlog based on feedback, and we prioritize the product backlog. So in a nutshell, what this really is us showing our stakeholders, our product owner, our business team members, what has been delivered based on the user stories that were in the sprint. Oftentimes, and this is my experience, we get a lot of feedback. And we get feedback on this looks great, but we want this and this and this as well. And those are the things that we put into the product backlog, right? We often get, we do get, this looks really good, thank you, blah, blah, blah. But oftentimes the goal of this demo is to make sure that we're showing the stakeholders, to get them familiar with what the heck we're going to deliver to them down the road. So it's not a total surprise. B, to get feedback on what they're expecting. So if it's not already in our product backlog, it gets into their product backlog. And C, the last thing is to make sure that it's functioning as expected. Right? If we create something and the behavior is not what's expected, we can log that as a defect and fix it in the upcoming, because this is the last day of the sprint. There's not really any time to fix anything the last day of the sprint. We then pull it up into the next sprint backlog. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Demos are super helpful. I love having demos. The more interaction you have, the better it is. The more things they tell us, the feedback they give to us, I make sure that it gets logged into our backlog. And this is also the time where we could use